Hello, everyone. Guess what day it is? If you said Wisdom Wednesday, you are right on. Welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about getting some target practice in. But I got a question for you first. Have you ever not wanted to do something? Have you ever said, I'll do it later? Or, you know what? This isn't that big of a deal. If I don't do it, maybe no one will notice. Does that sound familiar? If it does, you're in good company because you know what? That makes you a procrastinator. But if you are a human being, then you are a procrastinator already by default. So don't judge yourself. We're going to get on our scientific mindset, our experimenter mindset, and see how we can change that procrastinator in you to something that is more successful and more productive. Come on. So, number one, we've got to get a target, right? We have a target. Whoops, I wrote this awesome word. It's from the Greek philosophers. They said that human beings are teleological beings. And I love that word. It's a tongue twister, teleological. All it means is that we are target focused. If we have a focus for our attention and our efforts, then we will be more successful. If we don't have a target, then we're just going to be like these arrows, right? If I just shoot those arrows and they are not aiming at a target, they're going to go all over the place, just like you. If you wake up in the morning and you don't have anything on your list or in your head to accomplish that day, you're going to be like these arrows, just going every which way. We want to be teleological. We want to hit that target right there, right? Awesome. Next step. Well, how do I get to that target, Miss Pillars? I'm glad you asked. Chunk it. Break it down into tiny steps. How can I do this? What's the next thing that I can do? If you have a goal, think of stepping stones across the river. To get to your goal. If you go from one success to the next success to the next success, you will reach that goal. But you've got to get started. So when you are thinking about how to get to that goal, you want to think of micro goals, mini steps. Maybe those steps that were too easy to fail that we talked about the other week. If you're going from one to the other, to the other, to the other, you're making progress. When you make progress, your body and your mind see that you are being successful. Once your body has this succession of successes, right? You have one success after another, even if they're small, then it's motivating for your mind. If you don't even start, if you say, I'm not even going to get there, you're never going to make it to this goal. So, what's the next tiny step that you can take towards your goal? Go do it. All right. But before you do that, you guys, snooze time. I know you don't want to hear about this, but did you know that the number one cause for procrastination is just being too tired to do something? What? Yeah. So if you're too tired, you don't have the willpower you need to do small things, let alone big things, especially something that you don't want to do. So if you are rested and not tired, chances are your willpower will be stronger and you will have more motivation and energy to do what needs to be done. So when we talk about snooze time, right, we want to talk about getting that alarm clock and getting a regular time for sleep. And some people even suggest setting an alarm to go to bed, right? So, what time can you go to bed? For your age, the recommendation is 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. And that's for you to be at your best. So if you're not getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep, chances are you won't have the willpower or the energy to chunk your goals and to achieve the target that you have set for yourself. You may not even have the energy to set a target in the first place because you might not be motivated because you're tired. Who knew that sleep was so important? There's a ton of other things sleep does for your brain, too. That's where all those dreams come from. That's where it consolidates your learning from the day, which is really exciting, but we'll talk about that another Wisdom Wednesday. So let's review. Target practice is your goal this week. I want you to figure out a target. What is one goal that you want to achieve between now and next Wednesday? Think about it. Next step, chunk it. How can you make small steps so that you have a small success every step of the way? Success breeds success. Once you get started, it's really easy to keep going, right? But you've got to get started. And number 3, I challenge you to get at least 8 hours of sleep every night this week. Like I said, put on your experimenter, your scientist coat, get your checklist out, your clipboard, whatever it is, take notes. How do you feel when you get 8 hours of sleep every night? Regular time of going to bed, a regular time of waking up. Does it help you stay motivated and be excited about the life you are in? And that's my recap. Now, question for the day. What is one thing that you want to accomplish today? And what can you do now to achieve it? We're not procrastinating anymore, right? We're not going to let it rule our lives. Let's get busy. Think of that goal for the week, chunk it out, get your rest, be ready, and go out and have an astonishing, productive, amazing day. See you next week.